Okay, so my name is Brian. I am the owner, operator of Limestone Property Management. And today, I'm on rollerblades. For those curious, whoa, can't do that. For those curious, these are, what are these? I think they're USDs. So I'm a pair of USDs, aggressive skating. You gotta have something to calm yourself down when you're in property management. And this is what I do. I decided, you know, I'm gonna mix some work and business. And I'm gonna skate and talk condominiums. Because the Florida condo market is in shambles. And people need to realize what they're getting into. So thank you for watching. I'm giving you a thank you in advance for watching. And, you know, so if you're watching this video, you're probably one of 3 people. You're on the board, you own a condominium, or you're thinking about buying into a condo. So if you're thinking about buying into a condo, or any of those things, this is a great video for you. So as you know, the condo market is in shambles. Why is it in shambles? Well, not an event, but there's a tragedy. It was the collapse of the Champlain Towers. And when they collapsed, it collapsed due to failure of the board from that property, the Champlain Towers in Surfside. It collapsed due to years and years and years of neglect. And all those years of neglect led to the catastrophe that happened where the building fell down and almost 100 people lost their lives. As a result, the state stepped in and they enacted multiple laws. Well, what laws did they enact? Some of the laws that they enacted, one of them is called the Structural Integrity Reserve Study, or SIRS inspection for short. And the SIRS inspection is basically an inspection that has to be conducted by an engineer or an architect or somebody who's licensed to conduct SIRS inspections. And they have to inspect all the common elements of the building. And I can make another video going more in depth about what's entailed, but they have to inspect all the common elements of the building, and they have to inspect and that includes stuff inside the properties. And by the way, if I get winded or I lose my train of thoughts, I am still rollerblading. So for that very reason, cut me some slack. But anyway, so they had the SIRS inspection. Now with that rule came a lot of different, and that affected the condominiums in a terrible way. For starters, now they have to have reserves, which honestly they should have always had reserves, but they had an ability to waive it, and most people are going to waive it because they don't want their dues to increase. And now you can't waive them anymore. You have to have reserves, and because you have to have reserves, well, the monthly dues have gone up significantly. I mean, astronomically, they've gone up. So, how has it affected the condo market? So, when people have, a lot of people, they're seeing their dues sometimes double, sometimes even triple in how much their monthly dues were. And if you could imagine going from $500 to $2,000 a month in HOA dues, that's not exactly an easy thing to stomach. And as a result, people are offloading their units. Now, and that's if they can. If they're lucky, they're able to offload the units. Most buildings now are sitting on the market for days and days on end. And because they're sitting on the market for so long, people are, because they're sitting on the market for so long, the value has decreased. I gotta stop. There's a little bit of a hole. There's a little bit so I'm at Wellaby Park. I'm only saying that because recently Wellaby Park has gone viral, and like it's so packed. It's crazy. It's crazy how packed it is. And I was about to go down a hill and somebody like popped up on me so I kind of had to stop. Oh, that was cool. I'm gonna bomb some hills in this video, just for fun. So I was saying, a lot of these units now, they're sitting on the market. And it's just getting started. It's really just getting started, because the deadline that you had to be fully funded in your reserves, if I'm correct, is 2024. The end of 2024. We are 7 months as of making this video until the end of 2024. And I could guarantee you, when people passed their budget last year, they still didn't account for having fully funded reserves. So the pain is just starting, folks. I'm gonna post a screenshot right now of what I see on Zillow, of the amount of condos in the market, and it's just getting started. Now, some people are saying, let's do a developer buyout. Well, you can, but you need a high amount of owners to approve it. It's gonna tell you in your docs what it's gonna take to dissolve your association, because essentially your association is just a business. It'll tell you in your docs what you need to do in order to dissolve your association. And if it doesn't, I believe this Florida statute is around like 95%. 90% of owners have to agree. And is that possible? Yes. Again, Limestone, this is what we do. We could help, we could consult, we could put you in contact with the people who get that thing done for you. But then there's another option that I don't see being spoken about enough, and this is my idea. It wouldn't work for every property. It's not gonna work for every association. It's probably gonna work for some of the nicer ones. I almost fell. It'll probably work for some of the nicer ones. But essentially what it is you would do, there's a few steps you have to take. Step one, you're going to have to redo your condo docs. And your condo docs, you're gonna have to redo it so that way you can say that people are allowed to have Airbnbs. If people are able to do Airbnbs, now you just increase the value, you made it more desirable, because a lot of associations right now, forget Airbnbs, they have so many rental restrictions. You can't rent your unit for a year. You can't rent your unit for, I've seen rental restrictions that say you cannot rent your unit for the first 3 years of ownership, which maybe at one time benefited the association because it kept the owners in there. But now these owners, they're struggling. So step one, remove rental restrictions for the year long, 2 years, whatever you have. Remove that, and then another restriction I see is a restriction that says you can only rent it out twice a year. So we got to remove any rental restrictions, all of them. And it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Remove all your rental restrictions. That's step one. Amend your docs, removing rental restrictions. Step two, amend your docs that say in the event somebody is doing an Airbnb in the condominium, they have to pay an annual fee in addition to their maintenance fee. Or the association has the right to, let's say, a percentage of the gross income that the unit generates, or a percentage of the net income that the unit generates. Why? Now you have some profit sharing, which will do two things. One, it will incentivize the owner to keep an eye on the property, not just turn into a rental community where they have anybody there and it goes down the hole, which does happen, unfortunately. But it allows it so then that way homeowners, they because they know that they have to pay some money back to the association, they have to optimize their Airbnb or short-term rental. And because they have to optimize it, they have to make sure that the community stays looking nice, and they have to make sure that their unit stays looking nice. So now you're incentivizing them to keep the community looking good and keep their unit looking good. So that way it doesn't bring down the entire community. It will also benefit the association, because now instead of somebody just paying $200, $300 whatever it may be per month in maintenance dues, now they're paying more because you're collecting more money from the Airbnbs. And that's, so which means the association will be able to, of course, pay for more things that they need to get done. And you know, it would some of it, now just changing topics really quick, some of that is going to be based on maybe a little bit of the honor system, because you're gonna have to make sure that whoever is doing the Airbnb in the unit, they're being honest with you with how much money they generate. There may be a way for the association, as the true owner of the development, to get maybe statements from Airbnb. And you could always, you know what, you could even certify, say like, you need, the association will be owed a percentage of what was collected based on a certified letter from their CPA or from their accountant or whoever's handling the finances for the unit. Because whoever does that, now you're putting not just a homeowner on the hook, but who's ever certifying in the budget or in the financial statement, this is how much this person making. Now you're getting some incentive for that professional to be honest, because they know if it comes back for any reason that, hey, Mr. CPA, Mr. Auditor, Mr. Accountant, whatever, you lied on how much this guy was making, we're gonna go after you too. Now, that's gonna avoid all that potential need for people lying, the opportunity for people to lie. That's pretty good. So I'm kind of tired because I've been skating a little bit, and it's not that sunny, thankfully, but my God, is it hot. It's really hot. It's just like very humid. I feel like I'm in a sauna. I gotta go back and start getting some water. But now you catch what I'm saying. With that being said, I think I need some more ideas for the next video. So if this video brought you any value at all, or you have any comments, by all means, please share it. Even if it's angry or nasty. You're probably not gonna think it's angry and nasty, but I don't care what you wanna say. If you think I'm stupid for rollerblading and recording, tell me. I wanna know. And as always, thank you for watching. And I am now going to just get some footage of me skating, because that's always really fun.